So selecting different construction methods throughout the program is a very important skill to have. However, sometimes we're going to need to make some slightly more specific changes within our construction method. To do this, we'll move over to our splash screen and we'll go back to our construction methods. When you look at the section below the ribbon bar, you'll see the option for the interior case, exterior case, operations and connections. The interior case option breaks down the parts such as shelves, dividers, the things that would normally make up the inside of your cabinet. Meanwhile, the exterior case will be the parts that make up the physical box itself, such as tops, door reveals, toe kicks, and stuff like that. The operation level will allow you to make some changes to your line boring for adjustable shelf drilling, and connections is where you'll be able to answer questions regarding how certain parts of the cabinet connect together, such as your deck sitting between your ends being screwed together. One of the most common changes you want to make is edging. As you can see, we can select a part, double click on it to access the construction method questions relating to this part. You'll notice the first question on every single part will relate to its edging. As you can see here, my default edging is set to be along my front edge only. However, I may decide on my overhead cabinets, I want to edge underneath the ends as well. To do this, I'll click this plus button and select upper cabinets. This is making a separate breakout for my overhead cabinets, telling it that it needs to be different to the other types of cabinets within Cabinet Vision. I can now change my edging so that the bottom edge also has my interior banding set to it. Interior banding means that my edging will match the cabinet internals, whereas the external edging will match things like panels, kick faces and fillers. Once we have made this change, we'll just hit finish and the job's done. We can then click OK and we'll be prompted to save the method, and we'll then be able to return to the splash screen. To utilise our job or room level changes to one of these methods, we'll look at changing the height of our kick for a job. When we've reached the cabinet portion of our job properties, we can select next to our construction method, Modify for this job. Or if we're in the Rooms tab, Modify for this room. It's a very familiar looking screen, yeah? To find our kicks, we'll select our exterior case and double click on the toe kick part. From here, we'll continue to hit next until we come across a question regarding our toe height. We'll change it here to the required size, and we'll again hit finish. We can then follow these prompts until we're back to the job page, and you'll see our construction method name has now changed to Modified Standard. You can do any of these changes from any level. Just make sure you only make system changes for information you want to change permanently. A few other common things to change include setting your reveal sizes under exterior case reveals, and also changing your adjustable shelf setbacks under interior case adjustable shelf. Just like the other questions, you can double click on them, work your way through the options, and select finished when you're done. So spend a bit of time now, have a little bit of a play around with those questions, get a feel for what different questions are for each different part, and when you feel ready, jump over the quiz and just see how much you've learnt through this part of the program.